The me that started college in 2017 isn't the same person that I am today, and the person that I am today isn't the same person that I expect to be in the future. People change, and I think it's important to reflect on this change by looking at our past, present, and future. So, without further ado, my name is Celine Tejas, and today I will be sharing with you my cultural artifact speech. I will share with you a sweater, which represents my past, a lanyard, which represents my present, and a drawing, which represents my future. However, before we go ahead and begin with the artifacts, I'd like to talk about the bag that I'm keeping the artifacts in. As a sustainability studies major, I like to reduce my environmental impact in every opportunity that I can. So this Nike bag could have been trash. I could have thrown it away immediately after buying my shoes. However, I decided to keep it and extend its life and by repurposing it. So now we can go ahead and continue on into my first artifact, which is a UCSB sweater that represents my past. I bought this sweater when I first attended UCSB as a freshman in college, but spoiler alert, I no longer go to UCSB. I've since transferred. However, I still find myself reaching for this sweater because when I look at it, I think of all of the things that I went through at UCSB. Coming from Blythe, California, which is a small town, as many of you know, transitioning into the college life at UCSB was very difficult for me. A lot of the times I questioned my academic capabilities and I didn't feel like I fit in just in general, and I was also about 5 hours away from home, so I missed my family. However, it's been 2 years since I've transferred to UCR from UCSB, and now when I look at the sweater, I just think of how much I've grown. I don't think about the dark times I associated with UCSB. I just think about the person that I am now. And that's why it's really important to me. So moving on to my next artifact, which represents my present, we have this UCR lanyard. And this isn't just any lanyard, it's actually part of my work uniform. I'm a student peer advisor in the UCR financial aid office, and this is part of the uniform that I wear with a little ID attached at the bottom, and it gives me access to parts of the student services building that non-student workers don't have access to. And also, just being a worker in the office, I've gotten a lot of great opportunities to grow, not just as a student, but also as a professional, because I'm constantly being tasked with difficult situations that require me to critically think. And a lot of the skills that I've gained through this job are skills that I can apply to jobs in the future. So I really appreciate just all of this job has given me, and it's provided a place for me to grow at UCR, just a comfortable place for me to reach out to individuals that can help me expand myself at UCR, whereas I didn't have that at UCSB. But now I like to just wear this lanyard because it makes me feel like I finally belong somewhere, and UCR gives me that sense of belonging. But moving on, let's go ahead and move on to my last artifact, which represents my future. So I decided to choose this drawing of my dog Binta. This is a drawing that I did within one of my breaks between work and class. And it only took me about 15 minutes, but the reason why I chose this for my future artifact is that I hope one day I have a job that gives me enough time to enjoy my hobbies as well. So I want my job to be able to support my lifestyle, such as having a home, whether I have children that I need to support, or bills, etc. I want to be able to do that, but I also want to be able to have time to dedicate to the things that I love. Being a full-time student and a part-time worker, it's often hard for me to dedicate time to my art. So I just want to make sure that I don't waste valuable time in my life not doing what I enjoy. And like I mentioned, this only took 15 minutes. So as you can see, this is my dog Binta with a little lizard on her head. This only took 15 minutes. So if you can imagine what I can do in 15 minutes, I just can't imagine what I can do with more time and just be able to dedicate more of my income to this as well. But that's it for my artifacts. So all in all, as you can see, even though these are all just material objects, for me they all represent a part of change in my life. either change that I've already gone through or change that I hope to go through in the future. And I think that's important for if you have any objects in your life that do the same for you. I think it's important to recognize that, because recognizing the change that you've gone through in your past can serve as a motivation for you to change in the future.